Hey, welcome back. We're here for Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. Folks, if you've played the original Guacamelee game, there's a ton of new content here, and we're here with the Drinkbox folks who are going to take us through the game. Guys, want to do a quick introduction, let folks know what you've been working on?
Sure. I'm Chris McQuinn. I'm from Drinkbox, and we've been working on Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. And I'll let Augusto introduce himself.
I'm Augusto, and
Augusto.
I worked in Guacamelee.
Yeah, so we want to show what we have coming to the Wii U. It's pretty awesome.
So I'm going to be Tostada.
Yeah, and I'll be playing as Juan. So essentially Guacamelee is the story of Juan. He's, starts off as just an agave farmer, just living his life, not just being normal. And then through serendipity, he gets thrown into the role of a hero. And he does this by finding a mask, and it makes him into an awesome fighting luchador. The game itself is a Metroidvania-style brawler. So you can see here, me and Augusto are just destroying some of the undead army. So the nemesis in Guacamelee his name's Carlos Calaca, and he's trying to bring the world, he's raising an army of the dead, and he's trying to bring them into the world of the living to basically cause mayhem and take over, what all good villains do.
So this is one of the new areas in this edition, in the Super Turbo Championship Edition, and it's based on an area in Mexico called Xochimilco, which has these beautiful canals with all these flowers and stuff. So we're inspired by that for one of the new areas. Oh, sorry. You want to get a costume?
Yeah, I want to get a costume for us here.
Oh yeah, some of the new costumes are fantastic.
So I'm going to unlock a new costume. Wait, you want Tostada? Let's see.
Yeah.
There you go. It should be unlocked for you.
I want this one.
You want that one?
Yeah.
You should just take what I give you, Augusto. You know that?
Oh, I didn't change it.
Here, hold on.
And worth mentioning for folks who've never had a chance to check out this game, when you play it, you really want to pay a lot of attention to what's going on in the backgrounds, because there's just so much fun stuff tucked away in there. I know when I was playing back in the day, just looking at all the little details as far as like what's on a poster, what's going on in a building. But it's a real blast to take your time browsing around.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. We finally got ourselves together here.
Oh, you want to talk about this?
Well, we just missed him. Yeah. So what you just so you saw there quickly was one of the new bosses we have for the game, and basically he's just harassing you there. So I just want to talk a bit about the combat here. You'll see that basically it works on a 3-hit combo system, and so there's a few things. You'll see that once you weaken an enemy, you'll see the X appears above their head. And so what that allows you to do is grab the enemy into a grappling move, so a wrestling move, and essentially you can toss the enemy. You can do various grappling moves on them, so you can throw them at other enemies. You can use them as a AoE missile in a way to sort of control crowds of enemies that might get in your face. Oh. I'm bad. Go without me, Augusto.
I got you.
Okay. And when I say the game's a Metroidvania, what you just saw there was a red block. And in Guacamelee, red blocks are only broken by a super uppercut. So as you go throughout the game, you'll gain super moves. And the super moves will allow you to break certain blocks, which will allow you to access new areas. So you might be in an area and see a block and not be able to get past that block, and you'll have to come back later in the game once you gain an ability. That'll allow you to get by that block. Here's our new boss talking to Carlos Calaca. So he's the villain of the game.
Oh, I love Baby Calaca, by the way.
Yeah, so here's Baby
He's
Calaca.
just fantastic.
we had a big meeting. We're like, what should we do?
We need something here.
Let's just take Calaca and shrink him. It's brilliant.
Oh no. Where am I?
Oh.
I died.
Gusto went somewhere.
I'm back.
There we go.
Watch out.
Gusto, you're my lifeline in this game. So throughout the game, like I said, you'll gain new abilities, and whenever you see a statue like this, you know you're going to meet your mentor.
But one of my favorite characters, I think, in the entire game. I love this guy.
Yeah, so this is Wachivo. And Wachivo, in a way, is essentially your Yoda. So he's your life coach, in a way, and he also gives you powers throughout the game.
Yeah, if Yoda was a mom-loving goat man.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be just like this dude.
And he's going to give us Intenso. Intenso is a new power in Super Turbo Championship Edition.
It's so awesome.
And so what happens is you gain a rage meter, and as you do melee combat, your rage meter will fill up. And once it gets to a certain, once it fills, you'll be able to press in both your trigger buttons, and you can see that we turn into fast fighting super luchadors. So your melee attack speed speeds up, your health gen speeds up, you do more damage, and if you can keep a melee your combos going, you'll be able to keep your rage meter fill and keep Intenso active. So I think we're both doing a pretty good job of this right now. Usually when I talk, I fail.
They're so sneaky.
That's one thing we found on this feeds. It's challenging to play and talk at the same time.
Sure.
Sometimes.
So
I think I would have been
I'm just
good.
gonna be quiet for now. I have to actually live.
And you'll see the battles taking place on a boat. These are actually boats that exist.
It's a trajinera in Xochimilco, which I'm really happy we actually managed to have one here. So this arena is really one of my favorites.
Did you ever ride these boats as a kid?
No, I was not from that area, but
They just
it's like a normal thing. Like a Sunday, you go hang out in the pontoons. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
You watch luchadors in chicken costumes fight some
Yeah,
skeletons.
just,
Oh, yeah.
just a
Peaceful
normal
day.
day. Yeah.
Everyone turns into chickens. That's a normal thing over there.
Yeah, that's
Okay. And so
This is
in
nice.
Guacamelee, since it's based on Mexican folklore and culture, the whole game is actually 2 games. It's 2 dimensions. So we just jumped through a portal here and went into the Day of the Dead, or the Realm of the Dead. And so you can see the people here are actually skeletons, and they're just living their life quite happily.
It's really interesting how the 2 worlds they're kind of equivalents in certain ways. When you switch back and forth, you can see similar structures and buildings, and it's really interesting sometimes to see, okay, what's going on in this space in the other side?
Yeah, it's another way we encourage players to go back and explore, because they wouldn't have the ability to go into the other dimension earlier in the game, so you never know what's in that other dimension until you go back with the power to swap dimensions and see, oh, there's a secret here.
Oh man, Guacamelee took me forever to finish because as soon as I got that power, it was like, well, I'm walking backwards. And I went back through the whole spot just to make sure I hadn't missed anything and check out the details.
Yeah, the art's different. We put gags and secrets and random stuff in the other dimensions just to make it interesting. And, we also use it as a really interesting platforming mechanic. Because like you mentioned, a platform can exist in one dimension and not another.
Well,
So-
this is a perfect example right here.
Oh, excellent segue.
Look at that segue.
Segue me. So
All
you
right.
see here, there's no platform. Oh, Gusto saved
And
me.
now there is.
Yeah, now there is.
Now there is.
Gusto's the best.
Oh.
Yeah, for being a game that's so focused on combat and combos, I really got a kick out of the fact that there's so much puzzling platform to this as well.
Right.
And some of them are really challenging. It can take you a while to figure out exactly okay, which dimension do I need to be in? I need to swap back and forth as I'm jumping, as I'm wall jumping off these levels, as I figure out where the next spot's going to be.
Yeah.
And you really have to be on top of figuring out the quick combination to get you through some spots.
Yeah, I think for us, we wanted to take pride in making a real challenge for the platforming perspective. And for people who really want a challenge in platforming, we have optional platforming sections, which are pretty insane.
Yeah.
So
If you
for
really
the-
want bragging rights, I finished those.
Oh, for
Exactly.
sure.
I got those
It's-
done too.
It's funny, yeah. When we meet people, it's often the first thing they'll tell us is if they did that section or not. They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely bragging rights.
Yeah, they're like, I hate you guys, it's so tough, but I loved it.
Yeah. I hate,
Well, it's good to have that sense of accomplishment. It's not going to come easy. You got to work for this.
Exactly.
yeah, we don't want to make things too easy. I'm gonna leave a Gusto behind here.
Oh no, man.
Oh, you've caught up.
Oh, what?
Oh, you got
I
hit by a bone though, my friend. You got boned.
Oh.
Well, you can get that portal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess somew we started working as a team in this one. That was my intention.
So it must
yeah.
have been interesting coming back to this after, so many folks enjoying the original release of the game and having a chance to come back to this and now really re-exploring.
Yeah, there was a lot of content we had to cut and not include for the original game. So I think for us, this is sort of our pride and joy. It's everything we wanted. in the original game and just
It's like
couldn't do.
Guacamelee director's cut.
Yeah, it's it's true, and we're really happy with how it turned out, and we're honestly excited for Nintendo players to have a chance to get their hands on it, because it just plays so well on this too, and it looks great on the gamepad. I have to admit.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Sometimes I just watch. I'll just play the game watching the gamepad instead of the TV.
Yeah.
Just like somebody else wants to use the TV for something else, you're like, you know what? It's okay.
Oh man, that happens all the time at my house too.
Yeah, we have a lot of friendly fights / discussions over TV time. I think a lot of times.
Friendly fights, is that what I call it?
We try to keep it civil. But
Yeah,
you know,
right.
At a certain point, someone's got to win.
So this is the final arena here. And this is a good demonstration of how Intenso can really help you out when you're in a jam. So if you get to a spot where...
I really love this guy.
This guy's a bit of a joke. Yeah, the game's pretty goofy, I will admit. Although the fighting and the platforming's serious,
yeah, I think like Juan and Tosar are the only serious characters. Like he's so focused, but then the rest of the cast is just bonkers.
There we go. So yeah, if you ever get to a place where you start dying or having a tough time, Intenso is great just to...
Nice.
I used my Intenso before, so I need to charge it up.
There's so much chaos on the screen.
Just roll, man, just roll.
Yeah.
Just keep punching.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Nicely done.
Alright.
Yeah, it's almost as if we've played this before.
Nah.
Oh,
Watch
boy.
out.
First time, right here.
Gusto, don't die. I need you.
Did you die?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just need you in my life all the time, is what I'm saying. There we go. Now we just have this big guy to dispatch with. Sometimes it's easier just to deal with the small guys at the bottom, and then this Joker is going down.
Nice.
Good for us.
Good
It's good to
job,
be
man.
through. It'd be kind of awkward up here. It's like,
Must
oh,
be
so
Yeah, so
next time we'll finish that guy off.
Yeah, the only thing
I want to show you what it looks like when you die.
Yeah, I wanted to show you the death animation.
What we planned, right?
And this is sort of our final little wah wah wah.
Wow. What happens next?
Yeah, so we actually flew through that pretty quick.
Let's chat a bit more about some of the other stuff that's in here. Because
Sure.
on top of, we got new costumes, new moves, new bosses. All the DLC is in here as well.
Yep.
Exactly.
So amongst, so including the DLC, we have challenge rooms. So we have optional sections of the game where if you want to basically really push yourself to the limits and show yourself if you've gained the true luchador abilities, we have different rooms where you can earn bronze, silver, or gold. And so that helps you basically, and it's also a good place to help you tone your skills if you're having trouble in a different section of the actual game. So, and also, what else did I tell you? The costumes, which I forgot to mention. So the costumes aren't just aesthetically awesome looking.
Yeah, they actually affect how you
Yeah,
take
we can
damage
go
and
to
things.
checkpoints.
For sure. So every costume will give you a buff and a debuff. So depending on your play style, for example, you might want a costume that gives you health regeneration, or you might want a costume that gives you infinite stamina, because every time you use a super move, it uses a stamina bar. And the counter side of that might be you take extra damage. So if you're really good at avoiding damage, you might say, okay, I'll take that costume and just be amazing.
So I gotta ask, do you have a personal favorite, you guys, when you're playing?
For platforming, the skeleton is great because the stamina doesn't go down, so you can do endless power moves. So you can always, you never get tired.
Nice.
But if you get hit, you don't get regenerated your health. So that's the
Right.
that's
And on
the
your side?
debuff. Yeah. Which one you like? Yeah, Lyric is pretty good.
Which one's here? I mean, obviously my personal favorite's the chicken, but
Because you get to be a chicken. I mean, that's
Yeah.
actually one of the things I loved when I first found out you could turn into a chicken. It's like,
Yeah,
I've
so
never
great.
had so much fun being a chicken.
Spoiler.
And fighting. No, people need to know. The
A year
people
later.
need to know how good it is to fight as a chicken. It
It's
is
true.
deeply satisfying.
You will fight as a chicken.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for stopping by and giving us a look at this. Folks, if you're interested, this is coming out, I think it's summer that this is going to be out, so it's super soon.
It's out
folks are going to get a chance to get a hand on this.
Very soon, yeah. I would say very early summer.
Excellent. Early summer. There we go. All right, please stay with us. Up next, we've got folks coming by to talk about Sword and Soldiers 2. Definitely worth staying by. That's another one that's going to be coming to you exclusive from Nintendo, so I'll see you in a few seconds.